Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Hot Topics. I'm Lady Lamb Chop with my two co-hosts,
Psycho 4081
and Felonious Feather.
And we talk about recent topics, debates, all things are on the table, nothing is left out, and occasionally we do have some foolishness and nonsense. So thank you all for joining us today.
Yep.
Our topic will be...
Who cheats more?
You notice how she just jumped in there.
Yeah, because it's my favorite.
So the topic is who cheats more, men or women?
Okay. So, ladies, gentlemen, of course, you know this is going to be a very biased podcast.
What do you mean biased? No.
It's going to be biased.
No.
I think I'm fair. Come on now.
Okay.
We're going with statistics and everything.
Statistics lie.
It doesn't. Well.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about who cheats more, men or women. And, you know, I want you guys to call in, leave a message. You know, we're going to do that as a question of the day. Also on Facebook. So look for us on Facebook because we want to know your input on this as well. Because this is going to be a hot topic for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So kick it off, Miss. This is my favorite topic.
Yes. So, well.
Lies.
She didn't even say anything.
Okay. Well, women generally are prone to be emotional, you know, when it comes to love, falling in love, when it comes to relationships, they tend to go in with their emotions.
Agreed.
Instead of, as opposed to
Logic and reason.
whatever, as opposed to going in for looks. You can go in for looks like, oh, I like this person, but then it's more of the emotional connection than sex.
Than physical.
Yes. So for men, I think that is different. Men tend to get attracted to everything in skirts.
The lies are piling up already.
Okay, I'm trying to be non-biased here. Okay.
Wait a minute. So you're saying let's go back to what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You said that women don't care about looks.
No, I'm saying, okay, with looks, but if they're emotionally attached to you, then they'll be stuck on that one person. Like that one person is the one person for them because the looks, the whatever, everything is, I'm giving all that to that one person. You know what I'm saying? All my emotions, all my love, all my care, all my everything for that one person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be difficult for me to be attracted to some other guy again at the same time.
Okay.
You know, unlike
I
men.
think you can be attracted to other people. I think that's
what
it is how you react to that attraction.
Mm-hmm. But you know, sometimes when no, I'm saying compared to a guy can just maybe might love one person, but might see another person like, oh my god, this girl is hot.
Right.
Oh my god, I would like to try that. I would like to talk to her, even for no reason at all, not because they're sex starved or they just want to do it. It's just like a man thing, I think.
So is that cultural norms though? Like,
you tell me, you're a man.
Okay, so this is so.
I feel like she's saying, I don't want to cut you off, but I feel like she's saying that women can't separate emotion from physical. Men are straight physical and can be straight physical and not necessarily have it the emotion attached to it.
Yes, women move with their emotions. Women,
are you saying women or we men?
You know what?
Whatever you hear, whatever you can hear.
You know what she was
I'm
saying.
not a man, so I can't be saying women because I'm not a man. So let's hear your opinion, because now this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that men get attracted to everything they see, like everything. Or
okay, so I would say that going along with what you said, I do believe that men are more. Not saying women aren't. I think men are more driven by what they see.
yes.
They're more visually driven.
Right.
So, you know, we could look at a woman, we could 10 women, and say, okay, you know, 1 through 8 or 9 or whatever is physically attractive to me.
What about the ones that you're not even physically attracted to? but you just want to do. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we've seen cases of people.
So they don't have to. All right. So
men.
when you talk about physical attraction, all right. So there's everybody has urges. So that might be maybe an urge of that person's available, and I have the urge, but we don't have to. A man doesn't have to look at a woman and look at her like, oh, she's attractive from head to toe. You know, a man might say, oh, she got a nice rear. She got nice, she got nice headlights.
So you are farming her out for parts? Is that what you're saying?
Car parts.
Because you have so when you're looking at something physically, you don't have to see. Everybody's not going to be attractive to the whole person.
Okay.
Right. So a guy might say, okay, I like the way, she smiles. I like the way she walks. I like the way her hips are shaped. The breasts, everything. So you can actually be attracted to that, and that might drive you to have sexual urges to that particular person, right? And I will agree that we are more visually driven. However, just because that we are more visually driven doesn't mean that you have plans for every person that you see that you're attracted to. That's just something it is what it is.
Okay.
According to this, it says that men
According
cheat.
to what? Here we go.
To Google, it says men cheat because of low self-esteem,
Oh, wow.
anger.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Wait, I'm just saying. We'll talk about it.
Time out. First of all, that's from Google. Who's saying that from Google? There got to be a site. Some
Better help.
from was that a section of Fox News?
Better help.
BetterHelp is an online mental health service,
Yes.
right?
So it says low self-esteem, anger, low commitment, lack of love, neglect, sexual desire, need for variety, which I know that that is like a main
So
one.
they're not ands, they're ors.
Yes.
Okay.
So okay, I know the main one for men is like a need for variety, because some people, I've heard people say, hey, I don't want to keep eating rice every day when I can have some fruits, some vegetables, some, you know what I'm saying? Like the taste of rice, you get tired of rice and then you want to try something else. But my question is, do men also think that women cannot also
get tired of rice?
Yes.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that's the case. So when you're looking at, men and women, obviously everybody, those lists that you said, I think applies to both men and women.
Yes.
Right. So, for men, I think certain things that we can go back into the
Prehistoric. Are we going?
We're going prehistoric, right? And and along the lines of what we talked about before when we had that polygamy thing, right? So I think, this is my personal belief, that what you said was true, but I think for a man, we are biologically programmed to behave a certain way. I think most humans throughout the beginning of mankind, how we developed, is because of what drove us biologically, right?
I think that's because they've just indulged men over the years.
No,
Yes.
it's not but it's not like somebody said, hey, I think this is what man should do. No, everything, even culture came out because of who we are or environmental conditions, right? So if men, let's say back in the day, men were, and we had this conversation I'm sure many times, but if men had only connected with one person, right, and that one woman man, right, we would have died out. Modern humans would have died out. So it had to be something programmed, and they didn't sit there and think about it. They didn't sit there and think that we need to do this because in the year 1000 BC, before it was a BC, right, that we're going to die. No, they did it because that was something that was naturally occurring, and then it soon became a custom or tradition in our law, right? So I think with men, we're programmed to be a certain way, and it just helped us outlast other hominids that were around at the time, and hominids like the other human-like people. So I think with that said, men don't have. I'm not saying this is an excuse for men to cheat, So before y'all,
that you're biologically predisposed. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. But that doesn't say that, just because we're biologically predisposed to do a certain thing that we can't. Sometimes women and men, we fight against our nature. As time goes on, social norms, the great philosophers of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s decide that, hey, this should be the new way of doing things. Doesn't mean that it's our programming is correct, right? So what you're saying, I do agree, but it applies to both men and women. However, with men, certain things are just ingrained. Same thing with women. I think women are ingrained to have certain emotional, more powerful emotional connections with people, with their children, with their mate. Kind of like what you said, where you get emotionally attached to somebody and you lock onto that one person. And it's not a blanket thing where everybody is doing the same thing, obviously, because that's just how it is.
So let's talk generally. What are the reasons people cheat? What are the reasons? Forget what they said about men, but what are the reasons that people want somebody else?
So, but we all agree that women cheat more.
No, we did not agree that. We did not agree on that.
It says men cheat more.
That's it. All right, so listen.
Bring up a place where it says women cheat more.
So the one I read that said, generally men cheat more. However, the gap is closing between men and women.
But still, men are
ahead. Right, men are ahead. But men are cheating with someone. Ooh. So they have to be cheating with
a woman. Well,
or depends on what they prefer. Depends on what they prefer.
But let's think about it. Would I prefer my man to cheat on me with a woman than a man?
Ooh.
I probably pick a man.
Wait a minute.
Well, because I get that though. Yeah. I get that because he is going to be providing something that she can't.
Yes, I know that. Okay, well, this is what I cannot give, what I cannot offer.
So wait a minute. No, because we've actually had conversations like this before, where women said, well, they were talking about women who had their mates cheat and what they call the down low guys.
Okay.
Right? Where they went out and had relations with the same sex, like a male. And they were more disgusted about that because, I don't know, maybe a social stigma or whatever. But most women that I've heard talk about it didn't like that because it's more, I guess they think it's more nasty.
It's disgusting to think about it. But then the fact that, I'm not good enough for you. If it was a man, I'm like, okay, well, because I cannot give whatever he's giving you. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, well, it's not so bad.
So I think one of the things that men and women have problems with, mostly women, is that women expect men to think like them, right?
Yes.
So, and we as men expect you to think like us. But I think men are quicker to recognize that we're not the same and we don't think the same. So going back to what you said, you'll say, well, a man cheated on me because I wasn't good enough. And a man's thinking like, no, I cheated on you because
I felt neglected.
Well, it don't even have to be that.
Okay.
It could be something like, she had a body like a superhero, like the ones in the comic books, the women, right? So it could be something like that. And then the person had a moment of weakness, or you might it's something that he gets in addition to you. It's not a, you are not good enough. It's just like you said, the variety and all that other type of stuff. But sometimes it's easier when somebody's on the outside, I think, where they, if you're having problems or, that person, you don't have any. So, all right, a man and a woman, a husband and wife, you have connections, you have responsibilities. Right. You have to even if it was like, say, if this was my main girl and, I gotta make sure it's right, when it comes to intimacy, right? But for somebody else, it's like, all right, well, I'm done.
Oh my God.
But that's is a lot, a lot of things into it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to fix that. So, are you saying that the person that you're cheating with has lower expectations of you than the wife?
That's one. Yes.
Okay.
That's yes. So, and another thing, like you guys think that, and we think that you guys have to have an emotional connection with another man if the woman was to cheat, and that would hurt a guy more than anything, because we know that women tend to have emotional connections with where a man doesn't have that. A man, you could put a paper bag over her head.
You're the ones that know that. That's the point. We don't know that.
Right, but now we're talking about it, so everybody listen out there.
Oh,
but we don't know that. No, it could be peculiar to you. So
yeah, but that's the case. Like men and women in a relationship, you have to realize that we are not the same. We are not. We don't think the same. Even and that's another thing when it comes to those dynamics. When you have a woman and a man, you want to tell us about your problems, right?
Right.
And you'll say, well, I don't want you to respond. Just listen.
Right.
Right.
Right. I'm not looking for a solution.
Right.
I just want you to listen to me.
So in a man's mind, that you bring that to me, I'm going to give you a solution. I'm going to offer solutions. If you don't want solutions, don't bring it to me.
Don't tell you.
That's what your girlfriends are for. Go vent to them. They're gonna even if it's catty, we might even think it's catty, right? So it's like, well, go ahead and be catty. Your girlfriend's gonna be like, oh, what? Knowing you dead wrong, they're gonna be like, what, girl? I can't believe it. But a man is like,
if she's your good girlfriend, she's gonna be like, that wasn't right.
Well, I know a man is gonna be like, let's fix this and move on. I don't want to hear no more about it.
Okay.
So, but and we think differently. So, I think once you think differently, when you recognize that you think differently from the male, then everything will be a lot better.
Okay, so tie that to the topic.
So we were talking about, because she said that we were talking about why people cheat.
Okay.
Right. And she said that the women, it's because they think that we're not good enough, whatever. First of all, like I said, I think that's a man giving into his biological programming. They don't technically, I mean, I'm not saying it's an excuse, because we all can control certain things.
Right.
But, we might be more weak when it comes to certain things like that. Whereas a woman, you guys have that. Emotions are strong things.
Yes.
Yes. Emotions can do a lot of things.
Yes.
Where a man will sit there and, not so much with the emotions, he'll rationalize stuff. Right. And, well, it ain't hurting her, or, I'm just going to do this for a little bit, or little things. Those are things that may go on in somebody's head. But when a woman, they think about that emotional connection. Oh, I don't want to be hurt, and I don't want him to be hurt, and I know this and that, and I don't. My reputation's at stake. That's a big one. Reputation, right? So
for women, because men don't care.
Correct. So women's reputation is at stake, where a man was like, okay,
you're the man.
That's
this patriarchy. The system sets it up so that it's our reputation, but men can do whatever they want. Which is so unfair. Person running for presidency, and it's okay for men to do those things, but women are looked upon differently.
Mm-hmm. For a good reason.
No.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say a good reason?
What good reason?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh,
all right. So this is what I use. Let's say a pirate. No, just picture it.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a pirate, and a pirate goes out to different islands.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow, right? So our whole thing is we're looking for treasure. All the pirates out there, we're looking for treasure.
Because you've told me this like 1,000
exactly,
times.
but I want you to see, if you was listening, you would have changed your mind and said women cheat more. So
wow,
if a woman, a pirate comes to your island, let's say Lamb Chop Island, mangoes everywhere, and
so annoying.
so we're actually coming to your island. Our job is to
pillage and plunder,
take that treasure. right?
Pillage and plunder.
However, whatever it means, we're going to take that. We're going to take that treasure. In return for that treasure, we're going to give you some services. We might say we want to spare your village, or we might give you, whatever. But that's what it is. We're taking your treasure. So your treasure chest is getting, lower in value. So every pirate that comes through and you start offering them, gold, your gold out of your chest, that diminishes the value of your treasure. Whereas a man, if he went to every island and got gold from all these women, their treasure chest, they're getting richer. They're getting more famous. They're getting more, wealth. That's how society has always looked at it.
So that doesn't necessarily make it right.
Well, it's not about right and wrong. It's just about how society has always looked at it.
But I feel like that's another way to keep women down.
Well, that is changing because you gave a statistic that said that gap is closing.
Right.
And I think that's the reason. I think more women are becoming sexually...
Pirates.
And I saw another one statistically. Men cheat a bit more.
Who said it?
For a few reasons. However, young women are more likely to cheat than older women.
I would agree.
Now you said, didn't you just
say?
Who said that?
I'm agree with that. Only because we're talking about generations, right?
Right.
So,
and depending on what age she is, she may no longer be interested.
But but generations, you have women like your grandmother,
right?
Taught you certain things,
right?
Be a good girl, basically, right? So each year or each generation, it seems like, and it's just my opinion on this one, it seems like every generation it gets less and less. Oh, they're just being, we was young once,
right.
So every generation says, we were young once, and that kind of lowers the bar each generation.
I would say that's true on a lot of things. I would say that's true on a lot of things.
So, but why do women cheat?
Well, basically, women cheat because women hardly cheat, though.
Watch the lies.
Women hardly cheat, and when they do, it's sometimes. Let me tell you how women cheat. Sometimes women cheat because, let's say, for example, I have a husband, and then he's like, financially not capable. Mm-hmm. You could cheat. Women do stuff like that. They could cheat to get money from their rich lover.
That's even worse.
And no, that's not worse.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not worse.
That's worse.
And take care of the family.
That's worse.
It's like they are thoughtful in cheating.
No, that's worse.
It's like, I need to pay my kids' school fees. I need to do this. I need to do that for the house. I'm gonna if this person is gonna offer me something like, okay, just to be with him. Okay, I'm gonna do it for my husband to make it. Oh yeah, there was this story that I read somewhere. So this woman said that I can't remember the story.
Is it a true story?
Yes.
Okay.
On Instagram, and I can't remember. I forgot. But then it was something about a woman and her husband, and then they were married. The husband couldn't get a job or whatever, and the woman, I think, tried to help him get a job and couldn't or whatever. And then maybe the person that was supposed to give him the job said, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to sleep with you." Blah 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 blah. And she did it. And then the man got the job.
Oh.
And then the man got promoted and became really big and all of that. And at some point, I don't remember what happened. He cheated or something like that. And then he was like, "Oh, I cannot even I don't want you anymore." I think he found out
he found out about her.
Yeah.
Right. He got the job.
Yes.
Right.
It was already big. It was like a general manager or whatever in the company. And then like, oh my God. And then he found out one way or the other. I don't remember how he found out. And then he was like, oh, he wants a divorce, that he has somebody else, blah, blah, blah. He cannot move on with somebody like that, da, 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 da. And then the argument was like, okay, well, fine. That's okay. But then you're also supposed to give up the job because...
Why?
Yeah. What do you mean why? What do you mean why?
Because he got the job and he got promoted.
She helped. Yeah, but then she helped.
Did she help him get promoted?
Yeah, because she helped him get the job.
But did she help him get promoted?
It doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Nice.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was through the hard work she did that he got the job in the first place.
So her repayment for that.
So
was
if you say I don't want to be a part,
got taken care of.
If you say I don't want to be a part of, if you say I don't want to be a part of that, I don't want to be a part of that. I'm not aligning with it. I don't want to be a part of you doing that. I cannot look at you in the eye. I can't remember the story. I can't remember. It's been a long time, like 2 years now. So I'm like, okay, fine, that's okay. But then you should also give up the job, because that's the job you're using to take care of your new mistress or your new family or whatever. Give up the job if you don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
No.
Why?
So first of all, now she got him the job. Let's say she got him the job, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that she benefited for him getting the job too, because obviously he was bringing home a good salary, and then it was up to him where he went in that company. He went far. She got her compensation. Okay, so he don't need to drop the job for her. She did something that I know.
She did it for him.
She didn't do it for. She could if
she did it for him.
Why didn't she? She could have done other things.
Like what?
Like petition or
what?
Go find him something on jobs.com.
Really? No.
No. You would sleep with somebody just to get your man a job. Now I'm not saying you, but.
Yeah, generally I know, but
no, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a little bit out there.
That's crazy.
But he's definitely not giving that job.
That's what I'm saying. Mine is, okay, you don't want any part of it, but give up the job.
No, he's not going to give up the job.
He earned that.
He earned what?
He earned that job.
Through what she did.
He earned the promotions.
Exactly.
He earned the promotions.
So if he was at bottom level,
earned the job.
Well,
he earned the promotions.
If he stayed at bottom level, then he could say, okay, well, I'll not take the job.
If that was me, I'll just go back to the man and say, you know what, we don't need the job anymore. Just, take it away.
So then you had to sleep with him again for him to take the job
away.
He
doesn't want me. No, well,
it's not a condition that he has to have you to keep the job.
Huh?
It's not a condition for him to keep the job. He has to have you.
Well, they gave him the job because of me. So, yeah, if they gave him the job because of the woman, so
yeah, he got the job, but he didn't keep the job because of you. He didn't get promoted because of you.
But yeah, they because
listen, whatever. Opportunities come and go. So,
He wrote several. I think he wrote several exams and all of that. He couldn't get a job, couldn't secure one. It wasn't like the first time he got into the job or whatever. So he had been doing series of exams, no work, no job, blah blah blah, and all of that. And then this one, it turned out that maybe she knew the person or whatever,
right.
And that was the condition. Yes, that was the condition, and then. Going through all his hardship, frustrations, and like, okay, this person, I want to do this for him. It's just this one time to do this for him, and then
he leaves her.
Yeah. So that's the point.
He left her because he found out about the.
But then I think on the side he already had a mistress or something.
Oh,
like that. He already had somebody, and then he left her because he said, I don't want to be a part of. You like, how can you do such a thing? How can you do this? How can you do that?
So even though he benefited from her doing such a thing,
if he wasn't in that position, he wouldn't even think of having somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wasn't,
you're saying that he kind of got too big for his britches and became important man in the company. Yes. So now he's going to go and get a mistress because I'm all of that now.
And now you're not going back to the person that got you the job.
You're not going back to your wife. Okay.
So what do you have to say?
I say he did well. He should have got rid of her. That's what I say.
What?
Yes. So I'm gonna tell you this: if a woman cheated on a man, and you're talking about he did it, no man wants to hear I did it for you.
But men are selfish.
It's not. No. Before we go there, it's not self.
Men can sleep with the whole world, but they do not want their woman to.
That is true.
Yeah. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to imagine that their woman is with somebody else.
So,
what do you mean so?
What
do you mean so?
That's not being selfish.
What is it being?
That's how we're all programmed that way.
Don't say that's how you're programmed.
We're programmed that way.
So how come women are supposed to accept?
Because you're not programmed that way.
What do you mean we're not programmed that way?
You said generally speaking. So I took this class, right? It was called.
Wait. Rewind. Rewind.
So we're talking about that how society looks at things. That's one. Two, you're looking at how I believe that we are genetically programmed, right? Biologically programmed, men and women.
No, I want to skip back to the hypocritical part of this conversation that she said men can sleep with 3 women, and if she slept with one person, you know it's the end of the world for you.
Right, because
but you
and then
done.
he's saying that it's because it's biological.
No, because going back to what you said. You know, if you sleep with another guy, then you know most likely that's a emotional connection, right? Which is I think is much worse than somebody just sleeping with another person just because that 3 minutes of physical pleasure.
I've heard somebody else has told me this before. I think they probably they teach this somewhere in men's school or something like that. Because someone has told me this exact same thing before.
What you said they teach it at men's school?
What they teach at men's school?
In men's school.
Men's school.
They teach all that in school.
Yeah, for men.
I'm sorry. It's just reeks of double standards and hypocrisy. Like you can't
Exactly.
The world is built on double standards
and hypocrisy, and again something else that's keeping women
it's not
down.
So
That's just not.
That's not saying a woman. That's not saying a woman. A woman's going to do what she want to do. First of all, she's going to do what she want to do. But we're talking about how a person accepts it. So if a woman accepts a man who goes out and they had 3 relationships, let's say let's say 3 sexual relationships, she knows in the back of her head that you know, that guy will, depending on the circumstances, is most likely just a physical thing, nothing more. He cut it off, whatever. Whereas a guy looks at that one woman that had a relationship, this one man or 2 men or 3 men or whatever, most likely she had a emotional connection with it. Right?
Okay, so are you saying in essence that, so if a woman wants to cheat now, it's better to cheat with like 4 men, so you know that it's not an emotional connection thing.
Well, I'm saying if she does,
I'm not sure it's the difference. I mean, he says that
he said
if
it's one, it's like, oh, she's emotionally attached to that person, that's why she would cheat. You know, like that's a big one. But whereas if I do like with 4 or 5, you know, like okay,
it was just physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it's fine.
So that'll be better.
It's fine because what's going to happen is even though. You could look at that and say, well, maybe it wasn't an emotional attachment. She's just trying to get her, thing off, right?
Sowing our royal
seeds. She's whatever. So
royal.
I just don't believe that men are going to be okay if she goes. Oh, it was just a physical thing. It wasn't nothing.
Absolutely not.
You're not going to be okay with that.
No, absolutely not. What kicks in is that treasure chest. You done lost some treasure. You done lost some gold.
People don't care about treasures these days anymore. So you see asses everywhere on Instagram. You see boobs everywhere on Instagram. And I'm like, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. Because I'm like, these things that used to mean so much to us. Like you cover it, you don't want anybody near anything. But then you turn on Facebook, even Facebook, you see ass, boobs. I'm like, the world is ended. It's over.
I'm like
yeah, you're like we know you're like he's probably like, oh, that's so
but you know
nice.
what, again, we're physically driven, so just because we like it, I mean, we're supposed to like it, just like you're supposed to like it. We're built certain ways that it's like a man. Like I can't tell you what a woman likes about a man because I don't know. I don't like men. So but I know that certain things about women that guys like. They like the shape, they like the softness, they like all these different things, and it can it could be like 10, 20, 30 women with the same thing. So the difference is when you have one woman, you have that woman that you have an emotional content with, right? Emotional connection. So what's going to set you apart from the next person is going to be the extra things, right? How good of a nurturer you are. It might be, and every guy's different. They might like the fact that you support him morally, or you might be, I mean, not morally, support him emotionally, right? I guess that's a nurture too, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's a nurture.
You might be just that, full of that feminine energy, So those are the things that will keep a guy, is those things. The physical things.
How about a woman that you the person you're with is not complete? Like everything I want is not, you don't have it, and then I have to.
I don't
think anybody's gonna be everything to one
Yeah.
person. You can't be everything.
Yeah, nobody's
to
gonna be
one
the
person.
Well, I'm gonna say most likely that one person's not gonna be everything. There's some people
right.
that I
like me, I'm everything. I don't mean to brag.
But even with what you said, it's not about somebody coming out and saying, well, I have to have this woman because woman A is not giving me everything I need, you know, or I'm getting this, and this from all these other women. Is typically it's not like that.
How about the low self-esteem? Yeah, because sometimes some men want to feel like a man.
Okay, okay, I can see that. I can see that. So the low self-esteem. So somebody comes along and basically boosts up his ego,
right.
or so. Okay, I can see that.
Okay, well, I can get the girl. I can do this.
I can see
do
that.
You know,
I can see that.
Especially maybe the woman at home. It's like somebody, maybe she's probably richer or she has something more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like maybe she's well-to-do and all of that,
or maybe she just doesn't say those kind words, and that we talk about love language,
right?
You know, that might be that important thing to that man is those words of affirmation. So I can see that, and I think I've seen that on the movie. I don't know any friends or family where that applied to, but I've seen it in movies.
Oh Lord,
that's happened that way.
And mostly women cheat because,
Here we go.
No, because let's say for example you're married to somebody. Or you have a relationship with somebody and this person you're going through. So that's how it starts. Letting your woman talk to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, because you're
that's
letting it happen. You're letting it happen.
That's right.
No. Yeah, because you're letting it happen. Like, okay, you're doing stuff that is making her seek comfort somewhere else.
Or you're not doing things
right.
You know.
Well, okay, so
let's
say let's put it in a better term.
Yeah, rephrase it.
You're how somebody I know said you're leaving the door open because you're not doing the things that she needs.
Exactly.
So that when that door comes open and somebody comes in and sweet talks her now.
Yeah, and then you have someone to talk to, someone to share your pain, someone to say, hey, this is what I'm going through.
Right.
And the person is ready to listen. And that's how the emotional thing starts.
That's what the girlfriends are for. That's what the female friends, your girlfriends are for.
No, it's not. No, sometimes the way a guy, it's like trying to understand a guy's perspective, like, okay, why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he doing this?
Right.
Like somebody else, another opinion
right.
that's not a female opinion, like talking to somebody, anotother guy.
A male opinion.
Men think they're so smart, but they're not. In the sense that
we are not generalizing on this show.
That's my opinion, though. So, because a woman knows how to get a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are so weak that you can use this emotional thing to get them. Yes, I can just be, men they like women that they can help, like a prince.
Save.
Yeah, save. Exactly.
Yeah.
They like women like that, like helpless women that
so
they can
you are
save.
talking about emotional manipulation.
Yes.
So no, but I think that's part of a
male DNA.
Yeah, that masculine energy that they want to feel needed. That's one. So
that man want to feel.
Yeah,
needed.
it's not. I don't think it's a manipulation.
It
can be.
Like,
it
could be because if I'm like, okay, I know this man has a wife, and I'm like, okay, well, how do I get him? It's by talk. So it's also by the man opening the door to let that happen, because a woman, they know what they're doing. If you think they don't know, they are so helpless and they don't know, that's a lie. They know what they're doing. It's true, because I know that, okay, this man, if I cry today, I can't do this. Can you help me? Come over. Can you come turn on my light bulb? My light is out. My this is out. You know what I'm saying? I can't help. I can't do this. I'm stuck. Can you help me? Oh, today I had a bad day. I couldn't fix my tires. I couldn't do this.
So you're saying if a man gives that extra attention.
Yes, that's how he opens doors.
Okay, so now here we go. That this is why I say women only want what they want when it's advantageous to them. So they want men out here to be gentlemen.
Oh, you are starting some.
I'm gonna get it.
Starting some trouble.
So you want men to be friendly. You want men to be helpful. You want them to be.
I'm just saying how to reduce cheating.
But no, you can't. People want to cheat because they want to cheat. It'll be a mixture of a lot of things. One, opportunity. right?
That's what Chris Rock says.
So you can have all the opportunity in the world, but if a man doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it, right? And same thing, if a man wants to do it and he don't have opportunity, he ain't going to do it. He'll pay for it.
Oh, jeez.
But that's typically what happened. So you can't say,
You've not heard,
a man.
I don't want to do it. Stop. But then I heard a story where somebody was saying that the woman. Okay, she was saying that somebody dragged him.
Drugged him. Okay.
Dragged, not drugged.
Dragged.
Okay, dragged. I'm sorry.
Him to the bed, and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this. Stop. I don't want to do." And I'm like, really?
He's saying that. Okay.
He's like, "Stop. I don't want to
minute.
do this.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to do it." Boom, one baby.
It can happen. Let me tell you. This is funny
Really?
that you mentioned that. Seriously. So, let me tell you.
Really?
When I was in Chicago, that actually happened. It was a guy. It was some female. And guys are so insensitive when it happens to males too,
I
right?
hate that word, female.
What, you
Women,
don't like
ladies,
ladies? I mean, still a
something.
female?
No, females for crabs and dogs.
No,
but
but
let's
you're-
keep going.
you're a
Let's keep
species.
going.
Okay,
Hey.
women,
Thank
ladies.
you. Thank you.
We don't know if they're ladies. That's a privilege. We're gonna talk about that too.
No, we're not.
But anyway, what they did was they got the guy in the van. They tied him up, and they actually raped him. Yep.
Okay, so it's my understanding from biology class is that if you are under a certain amount of stress, things won't happen the way they're supposed to happen.
Unless you duct tape or no, things have happened.
Okay.
Things have happened. Sometimes
I don't know. I'm not a man, so I don't know.
But it's funny, like how do it's I can't picture it. Like how do men say women rape them?
They probably
Easy.
don't.
Easy.
They probably don't.
No, there's a lot of them that won't say that because one, you're gonna
Because they'll have this conversation like, what?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
But how? Like how?
Well,
So
he
let me
said
ask you- let me-
he-
Men are stronger.
no.
Except he's
It
not stronger
depends.
than I
No,
am. Though.
it depends.
So let me give you this scenario. Okay, so a woman and a man is they're having relations, right? And they're getting in it. They're full blast, right? The woman says stop, right? And the man doesn't do it. Doesn't stop. He just keeps going.
Right.
What is that? Is that rape?
Yeah.
Okay. So same scenario. The man's on the bottom.
Okay.
Woman's on top. He's like stop.
Why is your thing standing in the first place?
That doesn't matter.
It matters.
So that's saying if
Because a woman, if I don't want to
saying,
do it,
but that's saying
it's
hold
gonna
on,
be
hold
forceful.
on. No, it's not, because you're already in it. You're already in it. So let's say we're gonna have to put a explicit content. on
Yes,
this one.
please. Yes, please do that at the beginning. Yes.
So if a woman and man is doing it, obviously she's excited about it, she's wet, the whole nine or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with a man. Just because a man said stop, he might be thinking, oh, you know what? I don't want to do it. I changed my mind. Whatever the reason is, and that don't mean that his penis is gonna go, all of a sudden down. Still might feel good, but it's not the matter. It's not a point if he feels good. He said stop,
but
and
I
she
don't
kept
think
on doing it.
I don't, because they say men reason with their penis. So
What?
I don't think.
Oh no, she did not say that.
No.
Oh my god!
So
I'm saying that. So if it's up, I don't think a man would ever say stop. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, yes, it has. It doesn't, seriously.
No, I don't think so.
It could be numerous. Wake up in the morning. Wake up in the morning, right? And your penis is standing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give you permission, and if you came in there, just jumped on it and started going to town, right? If a man did that, let's say it was a female.
We don't have anything standing up.
It doesn't
Or
matter.
rising.
It doesn't matter. But you're laying there, and let's say, well, she must have wanted it because she was in bed with no clothes on. So when I jumped on her, and I could tell she was ready, so I just kept on going. It's the same scenario. You can't say that just because a man is erect, he can't say no.
Okay, stop means stop. No
Exactly.
matter who's saying it.
exactly. So a man can be raped. I know we took this. We took this
Yeah,
to left
yeah.
field.
We just went all around Robert Hood's bomb with this one. Yes, we did.
Okay, back to staying on course.
Okay, back to cheating. Women cheating. So
Oh wow. He go stick to that story. He is going to stick to that
you know what?
story.
We know he knows. No,
All right,
he
so
knows,
listen,
and we
listen to
know
this.
who cheats more.
okay, so there was a survey, right? And they said who cheats, and they said 20% of men said they cheated. 16% of women said they cheated, right? So I think in that survey, it was 20% honest men and probably 30%, lying females.
Oh my God.
Because they'll never admit it. So.
Well, true. Women never admit.
Stop acting like men don't admit that they cheat.
Okay.
Stop like
not all men agree or admit that they cheat.
Right.
No. But we're talking about a survey.
Men only admit that they cheat amongst themselves. Like, oh yeah, I hit that. Oh my God, I did that. But then in a survey or amongst maybe where their wives are or women or females are, they are innocent.
What did Shaggy say?
You get on my nerves.
It wasn't me.
I was listening to a radio show, and the person on the radio show, I won't mention their names because I don't think we have license to do that. But basically, they were just like, I don't care if I'm butt naked with my social security number tattooed on my ass. It was not me. So, and that is the story I'm sticking to, and I'm taking it to the grave. So it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Well.
I think both men and women cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I think
just that men do it more.
And I think women do it better.
Yeah, better, but men do it more.
Which messes up the
statistics.
The statistic. Yeah. Yeah.
Better because I heard that a woman can cheat and a man might not know.
Yeah.
Men don't know. Women are not careless like men.
I'm going to disagree with that one.
But
I'll disagree with that too.
Yeah, because women, they are more careful than men. I think.
All of this depends on who it is.
Yeah.
It all depends on who it is.
Like you see them, they coming out of a hotel. That's careless. They left something at the person's house.
Yeah.
And that could go both ways. I don't see when I'm saying they're better at it is because I think they're just better at lying. No,
That's
seriously.
Did you really say that?
Men lie.
Did you really
Men
say
are king
that?
of lies.
I'm not saying that they lie more. I'm saying they're better at it. So
based on
they can go out and have whatever was a guy and come back home and cook dinner and act like everything's fine. and they'll have that female best friend.
So how about men? How do men do? How do men do when they come back? Did they put
right? Like they not go right.
Right.
They're not gonna walk through the door.
Hey, how was your day?
Typically when
do we smell it on their bodies or
if a man cheats, typically he comes home, he feels guilty, and says, "Babe, look,
God.
I cheated and I
Oh my God!
That's how
No.
Men always
back up from the table because the lightning gonna come and strike him, and I want to be in the rotation.
Oh my God!
No.
So we know that's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah, we know that's a lie.
Where's your proof? Where's your receipts?
You don't have any receipts either over there, so don't even try it.
Tie goes to the runner.
Oh my gosh!
All right, so we talked about reasons why they cheat, why women cheat.
Why
men cheat?
And it's because they want more money, as you said.
It's because they have low self-esteem.
So when you said that applied to both people, right?
For men.
I think it would apply for both.
I think it's for just
So if you have somebody, like a woman who's not feeling good about herself, not feeling good about her body, whatever,
right.
And the man comes down and says, "Hey, girl.
Hey, beautiful.
Yeah, this and that, whatever." Knowing, that she ain't never had a boyfriend in her life, ain't never had no attention, with whatever. But a guy comes by and says,
"What are you saying?"
Well, I'm not gonna say never. She's married. Let's say, all right. Let's say she's married. Let's say she's married and she had babies, right?
Okay.
And she
yeah,
wasn't
that's
feeling,
usually the case.
and
though.
she's not feeling good about herself,
right?
And, whatever. And this guy comes in and just basically blows her head up, and then she's, what I'm saying. So
women cheat mostly because they are like vulnerable.
Okay, self-esteem,
Right.
Vulnerability.
Feel neglected.
Okay, I would say that.
Unappreciated.
Yeah, because women just don't go out to cheat.
But that's,
you know what
but,
I'm saying?
But
they
those,
just don't
but
go
those
out
things,
to cheat. Only when they lack something at home.
But those things apply to men too.
But in some.
So I wouldn't say that women only cheat when they lacking something at home.
Women mostly cheat when they lacking something at home. Men mostly cheat because they want to cheat. Yeah.
She is not gonna give men a break tonight.
Yes.
She is not giving y'all.
Yeah,
a break
women
tonight.
cheat because he's not paying attention to me.
Same with women.
No.
Yes,
you
yes.
just said no.
Yes, yes.
You said it's a biological thing for men.
It
So
is
I'm
a biological,
staying on
but
that.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
so the
I'm
thing
saying
still,
we're sticking with that. It's a biological thing for men, so they can see
I
through
feel like
women.
a ping pong ball. Like I just keep like, what? Wait a minute, what?
So wait a minute. It's not. That's not the only reason. This is one
I'm
of the
saying
reasons.
I'm saying most men cheat because they want to
No.
cheat because mostly men cheat because they can afford to cheat. Mostly men cheat because yes.
What do you mean by that?
They have a little change to give out. Yeah, sometimes yes, mostly because
So are you cheating to get money from somebody, or
they're
like
cheating
I'm so
to
confused?
give out. No, what I mean is they have some money to give. Oh my God, I'm gonna spoil you. I'm gonna take you out on a date. I'm gonna do this. You
So
know what
those
I'm
are just
saying?
the lies he tells her. Then.
Yes, I'm saying like
Okay, so
men, women cheat because like they're lacking an emotional connection. They're like feeling neglected.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling like you're not paying attention. They need attention. They're trying to get attention from somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Or they just see somebody that they like better.
You can't just see someone
going.
No, you cannot just see someone you like better.
Yes,
you can't.
can.
Women
Yes,
just
you
don't
can.
see someone you like better.
I've known women.
If-
I've known women who actually said that.
They're lying to you. Sorry.
I've known women who said that. They just as now going back to the. And I hate to keep bringing back the polygamy thing, but there was a.
That's like your favorite topic.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he
but
don't hate
but
bringing it. He
it's
loves bringing
relevant
it
to
up.
this though. So there was women who wanted multiple men, and they lined up the things that why they wanted multiple men. They said, they didn't say variety, but it was always something that that the man was giving them, something different that the man was giving them. Like one might be good with his hands as far as building things or fixing things.
Okay.
And,
Oh God, my mind was going somewhere.
well, and you know what? It might be that too. You might, I'm not a woman, but I'm saying, might have a guy who's, satisfying them in some sort of way, the physical way. A guy that's satisfying them emotional that the other guy doesn't do. So it's the same. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. It's just more.
What
or
I'm
less,
saying is, women just don't. You're not getting it. They just
I
don't.
get it. I just don't agree.
They just
with
don't open doors. They just don't open doors like
Yes,
that.
they do.
No, they don't.
Wait a
open
minute. So
doors.
women. So
Okay.
if the women don't open doors, how does the man get in?
Maybe single girls.
No.
Single
We're
girls.
talking about with women cheating. If they're not opening the doors, how do men get in?
That's what women cheating. You could be cheating with someone that is not in a relationship. Men.
Wait. I'm saying that if women who are married, right, if they don't open the doors for the men to get in to cheat, for them to cheat, then how do men get in there?
No, what I'm saying, well, they open the doors because they are lacking something at home. That's the only time they open the doors. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
saying.
Like, they only open the doors when it's like, oh, okay, well, this is somebody else. Let me just talk to somebody else and feel good with myself, feel good about myself. Okay, let me talk to somebody else who can listen to me, because somebody at home is not listening to me.
So listeners, we want to know, especially from the women, and you could be anonymous.
Yes, you can be
Please
anonymous.
call in at 443-860-2716 and leave a message, okay? You can actually text that number if you want to respond to why women...
Who cheats more?
No. Well, who cheats more, but why do women
Actually cheat.
Okay, just for the women. We already know why women cheat. We figured that one out.
Yeah, that men cheat because
the men are
Did
being
we
honest.
though?
cheat.
Did
They
we
like to
figure
cheat
that
because
out?
it's because they like to cheat. It's a part of their life.
It's not
It's
not that no man
It's part of their life. It's what they do.
no man likes
They do it for fun.
no man likes to cheat.
They do it because it's who they are.
I think it is more or less
Cheaters.
No, it's more or less that, one, they may not have been ready for that type of commitment. Right? So a lot of times they get pressed into that type of commitment and then they really wasn't ready. They think they might be ready, but they're not. So that's one. Two, they might say, though, this is not what I bargained for. And some just cannot control what I think is that programming. Some people do. And it's not like, I'm talking about the best of best men have, Martin Luther King,
Right.
John F. Kennedy. You know, I don't care how.
Sure he was the best.
Well,
I see
how,
what you're
how
saying.
we, you know, the people that we hold in, you know,
Higher
high esteem
esteem.
or whatever. But you talking about, you know, pastors. Oh God, don't mention those. You know, pastors who, you know, tell you one thing, but that's just how it is. It's that, you know, some people just can't, you know, control that programming, and I don't think that they should. I don't think that you know, that programming should be, you know, halted.
Are we talking about programming, or are we talking about sexual addiction? Because that's two different things.
Well, sexual addiction, I think that's kind of like an anomaly where, you know, like I won't say a mental health thing, but I think if you have a sexual addiction, there's probably something wrong with you some sort of way. We're talking about addiction, though. We're
It
not
is
talking about
classified in a mental health.
I would agree, because we're not talking
thing.
about like somebody just with a healthy sexual appetite. We're talking about addiction, somebody who just can't stop. And I think, I don't know who would be more. Maybe that's what the thing with the women. Maybe the women have a sexual addiction.
Joker.
Women
seriously,
can have
yeah,
a sexual. They can too.
That could be it. You know, and of course, because you know, obviously a man cannot keep up with the woman. You know, 100%. Like a, you know, woman could. No, what I'm saying is, like, say
Physically, is that what?
physically,
Okay.
physically. Like, say, it takes more for.
She can rebound faster than you can.
Bingo. Yes. So she might have that.
She'll be ready for round 2 and 10. He won't be ready for round 2
Right.
for a minute or
But
2.
that's not sexual addiction, though.
But what I'm saying,
No,
but
that's
if
not.
she can have a sexual addiction where she needs it, you know,
Right.
4 or 5 times a day.
But no, women don't. I don't think women.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
They don't have the strength for that. They do.
Yes, they do.
Not me.
Me either.
Well, I can tell you that if guys did have that, you know, I won't even call it a sexual addiction. They would definitely act on it. Definitely
Yes.
act on it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, but this is going to be interesting. I really want to know from the women out there, what your reasons are for cheating. You could be anonymous, you know, but what are your reasons, your personal reasons for stepping outside of your relationship, whether it be a boyfriend, a committed relationship, or whether it be a marriage? What was your reasons for doing so?
And what do you think the reasons are? Not just you doing it. Like, what are your reasons? What are your
reasons?
list of reasons?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Fair enough. I think men should answer that question too, though.
Okay, men, if chime in.
Yes,
Chime in too.
absolutely chime in.
And hey, what's running? Men chime in. Let us know. You could be anonymous. What are your reasons for cheating? And you know, we know it's because she forced you to.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously.
But you know, let us know.
Yeah, it's all the women's fault all the time. And if you didn't hear the sarcasm in my voice, that is clearly sarcasm. That is clearly sarcasm.
So, like I said, I still think it goes back to one of our earlier topics, but
you know what, you
that
said something about you know, the caveman and preserving life and all of those things, but you also said that, you know, along the way some things get notched down and it changes along the way, and it mutates along the way. So how come
I'm not saying
that hasn't changed along the way?
I'm not saying that mutated. I'm saying that things change because of society decides to say, hey, we want this change. Like, all right, for example, where would we be if, let's say, somebody in the, I guess the, trying to think, when did they have this whole anti homosexual push?
Oh, I don't know,
decade
because
that was.
at some point,
people
didn't care,
right?
You know,
but now is, you know, times we could tell we had a long period where, you know, society was anti homosexual, anti
still
LGBT.
yeah.
But now you have mainstream people are accepting that, you know, the laws are changing. Well, I'm saying, but the laws are changing.
Okay.
You know, so society has changed. Where before you would never see, you know, same sex
couple on TV.
Or even kissing and all that type of stuff.
Right.
And now it seems like you can't really get away from it.
Right.
But, so things have changed because some modern philosopher decided to say, hey, this is fair, this is not fair, and I'm not saying it was fair and it was not fair, but I'm saying somebody along the lines decided to,
well, people started fighting and saying that we want to be represented. Mm-hmm. And that's how that change came along. So
and they had to have a good reason for it, obviously, right? We are people too, or something. Yeah, it always starts with some type of free thinker,
right?
So those things change, but you don't change your whole genetic makeup.
Okay.
Unless the environmental factors, kick in, and that could happen too, I guess. But all right, so we're gonna wrap this up. It's we all agree that women cheat more than men, and
that's why you had to say fast, because nobody's gonna agree with you.
We did not agree to that.
Women and men, call in. We would love to hear your opinions. You can check us out at www.hottopics with an X, TOPIX podcast.com, or email us at hottopicspodcast@gmail.com. We're also on your favorite podcast platform, and you can see it if you go to that website. It's right there on the bottom. So click in there, right?
There you go.
Oh, definitely look for us on Facebook and
Instagram.
the one with the box. Square.
All right.
Also, I think we need to read some of these. If people respond, I would like to read some of them. And I would definitely like to read some of them over there for this one. Definitely, yes. Okay. I'd like to see what people say.
We'll do a question of the day, and we'll see what they say. I'll put those questions of the day everywhere, even on TikTok.
Okay.
So let's hear what you guys have to say. We'll follow it up at the next podcast.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for listening. Ta-ta.
Peace.